I'm Logan Wilfong.
Kyle Gilmore.
This is The Modern Gentleman.
We have our first topic, Taylor Swift songs. Okay.
That was requested by a viewer.
All
now,
right.
I'm not entirely sure what the viewer meant by discussing Taylor Swift songs, but we're going to try our best.
Yeah.
I can't figure out... I just don't understand her. You know, because, I mean, it's like every one of her songs is about a dude. And that's cool. I mean, it sells records, obviously.
There's one thing I wonder about this, though. All her songs are about a dude. Is it one dude or a lot of dudes? Is Taylor Swift big pimpin'?
Either A, she's a slut, and obviously, I mean, has some serious commitment issues. Because, like, she can't keep him around that long if she's got that many different songs about that many different guys. And if you like somebody enough to write a song about them...
You usually kind of stay with them then. Usually.
I mean, you obviously have some feelings for that person. But then option B, she's completely obsessive, because if these are all about one guy, I don't know why this guy's still with her. That is ridiculous. And another question, does this guy like her back? Do any of them like her back?
Yeah, if it's one or multiple dudes. Who knows? Who knows?
Second topic. Chivalry. Why is it expected from men, but not women?
There's things to being a gentleman, you know, like holding the door open, or opening the door for her, or, picking up a tab, just things like that. But
I think modern chivalry for the modern gentleman is when you walk into somewhere, you open the door. If allowing, you pull out the chair, because usually they'll get to the chair before you can pull it out for them. And
usually,
you have to make a habit of doing these things. Like, this person has to know, chivalry has to be apparent in you. Because if you go to pull the chair out for somebody and they don't know that you are a chivalrous gentleman, they're going to just walk around to the other side of the table and pull the other chair out.
Exactly.
And then it gets real awkward. You pull the chair out, you hold the door open, you pay for dinner, you pay for the movie, you pay for the tip.
And going Dutch business shouldn't really be...
That's casual dating. That's like, if you go to lunch with somebody, that's like a business kind of thing. Like, if you're going to go eat lunch with a coworker, you split the tab. Take her to Chili's or something. Like, that's better than... Like, just don't take her to Taco Bell.
Women, don't just walk over your man when he's doing nice things to you. I think that's, for me, this topic kind of says, is like, you notice a guy that's real nice to his girlfriend, real gentleman-like, and she's just real snobby, doesn't really give two rats' ass of it.
I think chivalry for women would be, regardless, the woman should offer to pay for the tab. But, I mean,
it's never gonna
they
happen.
bring the bill up to you. You don't whip out your credit card and put it down and hand it to him before the guy can.
Yeah,
because that's just...
Don't do
that's
that.
just rude.
Yeah, that's
First
rude.
of all, when people do that to me, like...
Pissed!
I'm like, why did you do that? I was going to pay for that. Don't do that. That ruins the whole night. That makes me feel like a failure. But I think you should offer to pay. But don't, don't really argue with them. Like, be like, oh, here, I'll pick it up. The guy's like, no, I got it.
Just like,
okay. And then just be like, oh, you sure? Yeah, don't just, flat out and make it sound like you're trying to be nice. Like, genuinely try to be nice, but don't just sound like you're trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Like, don't be like, oh, I'll get it. And then you're just like, okay, sweet, thanks. But no, I definitely think it's expected from men and not women. I think that women should have a chivalrous code to follow. If we have to be a gentleman, you have to be a lady.
Exactly. Don't be like this slutty tramp lady.
Another thing that should be in the chivalrous code for women is modesty. Do not wear your slut suit on a date. That's another appropriate times for the slut suit, not on date. Guys, another chivalrous thing to do. Do not stare at other women.
Like,
One thing women don't get is guys look, but that doesn't mean that we stare. There's a big difference. Like, basically, you're sitting here at your little table eating your nice dinner. A woman walks by the table. Go back to eating. You just glance. Don't double take.
No double takes.
No double takes.
Hey, don't hold that first look super long. Don't be like, because that's staring.
Definitely don't talk about other women on the date. Don't talk about ex-girlfriends on the date.
Yeah, that's a big no-no. Big no-no. Don't be like, yeah, me and my last girlfriend, we came here, and she always get this. That's what you should get. Like that.
Do not say that. That brings us to topic number 3. Why are women always trying to change men?
Exactly. Please tell me this, because I am befoozled.
Don't try to change guys. Guys, don't try to change girls. Because first of all, there's really no point in dating somebody if you're just going to have to change them.
Exactly.
You shouldn't like somebody if they're not the person that you like.
Exactly.
Is one thing. And if you're trying to change them into what you like, there's no point in dating them. Okay? The thing is, you'll probably never get 100% of the perfect package. Okay? You're not going to get a guy that looks exactly like you want, that acts exactly like you want 100% of the time. If something bothers you about that person, tell them about it.
Yeah, just throw it out there. Don't just hold it back, too. Like, that's another thing. Like, talk to the person about...
Communication is a very big deal.
Exactly.
And, I mean, that's a basic rule. Like, everybody has heard that one before. Everybody. You have to communicate with the other person, because if not, nothing's getting done.
Exactly. You're taking one step forward and 2 steps back.
A relationship is work. You are always going to be working on your relationship. Never at any given point will you have the perfect relationship. It does not exist.
Sorry about it.
The idea is to get as close as possible to perfect. If something just bothers you to a point that you have to say something, tell them about it and let them change. Don't try to change it yourself, because it's not going to work.
Exactly.
It's just going to make the other person mad, more than likely. That's what's going to happen.
Because they're going to feel like you're trying to control them. Before you get into the relationship and you start seeing that they're going to change it, you should probably bail then. Because sketchy situations lead to bad things.
You want a guy that will... Basically, a guy that's going to change himself. Because he wants to be the guy that you want him to be.
So what did we learn today? Taylor Swift's either a slut or has some really big issues.
We're not attacking Taylor Swift. Kanye has done that enough for a lifetime. Do not model your relationships after Taylor Swift lyrics.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
Do not try to dedicate a Taylor Swift song to every guy you're with.
Yeah, that gets really creepy too.
That's kind of creepy, because then you're like, hey, I'm stalking you too.
Yeah, so it's just a stalking fest.
It's like just a big, giant stalking circle.
Big old stalking circle.
It's just a wood stalk.
Haha, see what you did there. Why are women always trying to change men?
In a relationship, nobody should ever try to change the other person. Communicate your issues with that person. If the bad outweighs the good,
you should probably bail.
Just bail.
Bail, bro, bail.
Bail. Out. Outie.
Outie.
Shirtless do videos. Also bad.
Women always try to change men because women want 100% perfection.
If you're going to have to do more work to make that person what you want them, then how close they already are to it, there's no point in trying.
Exactly.
Guess that's it.
So I guess that's it. Well, fellas, have a good night.